This is Kerry O'Shea Gorgone reporting live from the MarketingProfs B2B Forum in Boston, Massachusetts, where I'm about to interview some of the winners of this year's Bright Bulb B2B Marketing Awards. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much. It was a thrill.
Did you plan the whole campaign just specifically for the Bright Bulbs? Were you looking to win this year?
I think I was the last person who entered the Bright Bulbs, unfortunately, but it worked out.
Now, you won for Best Small Team In-House Campaign. So first of all, how small is your team?
At the time, I was the marketer. I was blessed to have lots of subject matter experts who kind of bought into all these crazy ideas and hopped on board and really supported everything. So I wasn't alone.
But you're the only marketer.
at the time.
So it's a super small team in-house campaign.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, tell me about the campaign. What was the concept and how did you come up with it?
We had a product to launch into the hospital space called Readmissions Analytics. And the product essentially helps hospitals sort of diagnose and help reduce some of the penalties that they pay to Medicare as a result of readmissions to their hospitals. So this is kind of a new problem for them. We had a few challenges to tackle. One was we had to educate them about the problem a little bit more, kind of demystify some things, and also help them understand what was available to deal with that problem. By doing that, we were going to be setting ourselves up as thought leaders in that space because we hadn't traditionally been there. So we needed to really sort of flex our muscle and show our expertise in that area, which the campaign gave us the ability to do. And finally, we needed to reach out to personas that we hadn't traditionally talked to in the hospital space. We'd been involved with hospitals for about 30 years, but needed to talk to some people that we never talked to before. So that meant sort of activating our sales team and other contacts at the hospitals to do that, but it also meant generating some robust inbound to help them connect with people they hadn't talked to before.
Tell me more about how the job actually got done, because you mentioned that you're a very, very small marketing team and you had subject matter experts, but when it comes to doing the actual work to get the materials created and the job done, it was you, right?
Yeah. So again, I was really fortunate to have people that were willing to step up and do some writing and get that content through the door. But we paced it. We looked at it across a 12-month calendar. And I think that's really important. We always talk about having editorial calendars and thinking through, how you're gonna span all of this, and that was a key part of it. So, at the end of 2014, we laid that out. We knew exactly how we were going to attack things, and thought about how we were going to, expand each of those assets into different media. So once we did that, you could kind of logically work against that, and it wasn't as stressful as it sounds.
Michael, you're working on a book. Tell me about it.
Sure. So I've been lucky and blessed to work on lots of different product launches through my career, and I guess I've been through some good ones and I've been through some bumpier ones, and so this campaign was actually for a pretty good one, but it wasn't without its bumps. And so I back earlier this year, I had the idea to kind of memorialize some of that thinking into a book called The Product Launch Primer. I think it's a pretty good look at the launch process. It's about a 100-page book, so it's a nice airplane read. It is out on Amazon now. I blog at launchcatalyst.net, so you can visit me there. On Twitter, I'm launch_catalyst. You can always drop me a note. It's michael@launchcatalyst.net.
I work for the Ritz-Carlton Leadership Center, and we're sort of a small division within the Ritz-Carlton, and we reach out to all different types of organizations so they can benchmark the business practices of the Ritz-Carlton. And I get to do the social media and the website and the collateral and just lots of great projects, and it's been an incredible opportunity, and I'm really grateful to be part of it. No, I always wanted to be a writer, so and I think you get to do so much of that. And I always say it's good they hired a creative writer because you have to tweet and you have to do blog posts and you have to write video scripts, and so it's fun to see how you can use writing in different ways.
So when you start writing, what's your process like?
Well, okay, so obviously there's that procrastination process. Well, first I start by creating an editorial calendar. I sort of plan out a year of topics so that I'm not looking at a blank page. And then I try to jot down a few bullet points about each idea. So again, I've got something to work from. And then when I actually sit down to write, I sort of give myself permission to just write all the garbage, get it all out, and then go back and refine it and do a lot of rewriting. When I first got this job, it was a wonderful opportunity because they had all this content gold already, and I felt like I was just coming in to sort of arrange the gold in a display window, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that job. So I've had a lot of fun, utilizing this content and sharing it with others.
Tell me about this year's campaign, the one that won you this year's award.
Yeah, actually, this one was very comprehensive and difficult for us to pull off. It was a content marketing strategy, so it involved about 25 of our best marketers at Tripwire. So a lot of coordination, a lot of integration, and so snackable pieces for social, more visuals for emails, longer pieces for lead generation. And we thought, well, a lot of people can't consume 15 pages of documents of text. So how do we create that notion into a very consumable piece as a hook to get them interested in the topic? And then from them on, then we created a webcast. So it really started with one piece of content that we figured out how do we promote it and create it for the channel and the audience and how the people were wanting to consume that piece of content.
What makes Tripwire so willing to experiment when some other organizations are still reluctant to try something more creative?
That's a good one. I think part of that is trust. We do have a culture of experimentation and accountability as well. But if you don't fail, you can't learn from your mistakes. And we do have the benefit of creating that culture. And I have to tell you, there are certain people in the organization that are more risk averse and some people that are more apt to trying. And we all balance each other out. For this year, we had some very specific goals that we wanted to create in both awareness and lead generation. And we hit them all between 6 months of the campaign hitting. So we had given ourselves 12 months. So that was quite significant. And then we decided we created a second set of metrics or stretch goals, and we're close to getting those as well. Tripwire can be found at tripwire.com. We also have a Twitter handle, Tripwire Inc., and we have a blog, tripwire.com/blog. And you can find me on Twitter at CindyV.
Congratulations to all of our Bright Bulb Award winners, and we hope to see you back again, victorious, at the next MarketingProfs B2B Marketing Forum. Wait, let's do a high five because you've won 4 awards. Let's do 4.
So a high 4.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay!